Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where in today's video I'm going to be giving out reasons why Fortnite Battle Royale is the most popular video game right now. Fortnite has just blown out of the water recently. The Battle Royale scene for it is just absolutely going crazy over the gaming community. It is the #1 video game being watched on Twitch and probably even YouTube live streaming and stuff like that. It is just absolutely crazy, you guys. It's crazy how popular Fortnite is right now because this game has been out for quite some time, but just recently it seems like this game has just became popular, and this game hasn't even been that popular for over a year now. It's just all of a sudden just became really popular. Like, these streamers noticed this game and they started playing it, they started live streaming it, then it just got everyone's attention in it, and now the game is getting a crap ton of support from the developers and making the game a lot better. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, I was gonna make this video, the title was going to be called "Why is the Battle Royale mode so popular?" and of course, if not in that type of video, I would mention different games that offer Battle Royale. But the only problem is, the only Battle Royale experience I've really played is Fortnite. I play a lot of Fortnite. I just don't upload it a lot here on the channel. And the only other Battle Royale experience I've ever really played was PUBG Mobile, and I only played one game of PUBG Mobile, and I would play more games of PUBG Mobile, but the only problem is that my phone is old and it won't even load up the game anymore after that first game was over with. And keep in mind, I actually got in second place, which is pretty cool. But of course, PUBG Mobile also has bots as well, so it's not as impressive as playing like Fortnite, where every single person you're going up against is an actual person, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about why Fortnite Battle Royale is so popular. So the very first reason I want to put here in this video is that in each lobby, in each match that you play on, it can hold up to 100 players, which is pretty darn awesome. And it's really impressive if you can win off a victory royale in a solo game, because you're going up against at least 99 other people, right? Of course, it kind of varies, you know, like you might be in a lobby with 96 people, 98 people, and it's very hard to be in a lobby with a total of 100 people because usually people would leave the game and stuff like that. But nonetheless, the game can hold 100 people in one battle royale lobby, and the cool thing about that is that there's no bugs or glitches or anything that makes the game slow down, you know, with those 100 people, because you would think that with 100 people in just one lobby, the game wouldn't run as fast, but that's not true at all. Fortnite, it runs very smoothly. Like, as long as you have a decent internet connection and you can play multiplayer games at a decent internet speed that you have at your house, that's maybe 10 megabytes or better or something like that, the game's gonna run smoothly. It's absolutely crazy. Like, I see people play Fortnite and they don't have good internet connection at their house, and so of course their experience isn't going to be as good. But nonetheless, a video game that can hold 100 people in one lobby, and it will still run very smoothly, and that's really impressive in my personal opinion. And another thing is that what makes the Battle Royale scene in Fortnite really special compared to other Battle Royale games like we see in PUBG is that they have a building feature, right? And the game is very cartoony, and that's also, I think, why it gets a lot of people's attention, because it's cartoony, it's kind of fun, you know, it's not super serious maybe PUBG or something like that. PUBG is more military style, more, I guess, kind of serious, right? And what some other people I've heard say is more manly compared to Fortnite. But in Fortnite, they have a building feature, which this building feature you don't really see in any other video game, and that's one reason why it makes Fortnite super popular, is because no other video game has this type of unique feature. And with this building feature, of course, you can do many different things. You can build bases with your friends to kind of lock down an area, so that way if enemies come around, you'll be able to take them out, and you have cover that you can build right away, and it's just really awesome. You can also edit the building materials you make, right? If you build a wall, you can edit it to where you can build a door through it. You can edit to where there's a giant wall through it, or just a window and stuff like that. The building feature is super unique in Fortnite, and it plays a huge role in the Battle Royale scene. It really does play a huge role. If you are a good builder in Fortnite, then you are pretty much going to be a good player, honestly. You know, of course, getting in gunfights and stuff like that, the building feature comes in very handy. But you know, there is a difference between getting in gunfights and, of course, of how good of a builder you are. But if you can be a good person at gunfights and a good person when it comes to building towers and stuff like that, so then you're going to be a good Fortnite player. Another reason why Fortnite is probably the most popular video game right now, and I honestly think this is one of the main reasons, is because it's free. I think making a video game free for everybody to play, even though it may not be the full game, right? Because Fortnite, there is another mode called Save the World, and a lot of people don't know much about Save the World, neither do I, and it actually looks like a really interesting mode, and I would love to try it out, but the only problem is that I can't actually, well, I can play Save the World, but I'll have to buy the actual game itself. But for me personally, I don't want to say I'm a cheapskate or anything, but I personally would just stick with the Battle Royale mode because that's what everybody plays, and that's what actually got me hooked in Fortnite, was the actual Battle Royale scene. So I'm just going to stick with the free game itself. Of course, you can make the argument with Vbucks and stuff like that, but I'll get into that in just a second. The game is free to everybody, you know. The game is available on every platform. It's available on the PC, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4, and even on the iPhone, and that's just absolutely crazy. Like, it's free on all those platforms, and I think that's another reason what makes the game very, very free. And with the game being free, that means basically anybody, like, at any age, right? You could be like 8 years old or 50 years old, doesn't matter how old you are, you can download this game for free. And the great thing is that even though the game's free and pretty much any age can download this game, the game is appropriate for any age, right? It's very like, just the aspect of the game makes it appropriate for younger people, right? People who are like 8 years old, people who still are like in elementary school or middle school or whatever. The game is appropriate for their ages. There's nothing like explicit or anything graphic that the game shows at all, and so that's another reason why I think Fortnite is very popular, is because it's appropriate for all ages. I mean, for example, I went to the mall one time, and like the very center of the mall, I saw these kids. Like, I don't know, they were definitely in elementary school for sure. They're like these young kids, and they had like an Xbox One X on display, and you could play games on it. And they got in trouble because they downloaded Fortnite on the Xbox, and they started playing it in the middle of the mall. They were playing it for quite some time too, until like this Microsoft employee came by and had to delete Fortnite off of the Xbox because I guess it's not appropriate to like play it in the mall or something like that, which I think is kind of weird because Fortnite really is appropriate for all ages. I just think it's like, this game is so popular, like I see these little kids downloading it on an Xbox in the middle of the mall. It's just absolutely crazy. And going to the Vbucks system, like kind of the whole argument how this game isn't technically free if you buy the Battle Pass and stuff like that, which is true, you know. I mean, I was really skeptical on buying the Battle Pass. I promised myself, I'm like, nope, I'm not going to buy the Battle Pass. I'm not going to buy Vbucks or anything like that. I'm going to stick playing this game and just sticking with a free game that I can enjoy, you know. But of course, my friend and I gave in because we really did want to get the Battle Pass, because with the Battle Pass, it's only like $10 per season, and the thing is that you get a lot more items with the Battle Pass, and you also level up a lot quicker with XP boosts and stuff like that. And that's another thing though, even though like I'm not a huge fan of like the V-Bucks system, you know, like it's the same thing of like COD points, you know, you're spending money to like buy currency for a video game, right? But the thing is that the great thing about Fortnite is that with V-Bucks, everything you buy with V-Bucks in Fortnite, including the Battle Pass and the item shop and stuff like that, everything you buy is cosmetic, you know. There's nothing in the game that you can buy with V-Bucks that's game-changing. Yeah, you can buy a different glider, but that glider is not going to make you, like, go down to the surface a lot faster or anything like that. It's just make yourself look cool, basically, right? And the same thing with, like, the trails, where when you're falling down from the battle bus, you might have bubble trails, you might have trails, like, coming from your arms and hands that make yourself look really cool, or, like, electricity. I think that's my favorite one, or, like, because I think it's called lightning or something like that. But anyway, everything you buy with V-Bucks is cosmetic only, which makes the game consumer friendly, right? I mean, that's the great thing. Unlike Call of Duty, where they lock weapons behind supply drops, I'm talking to you, Treyarch, because Black Ops 3 was just, ugh, god my gosh, like, seriously, like, every time they added a new weapon in Black Ops 3, the only way to get it was be lucky out of supply drops. Like, it's a dumb system, you know? And that's actually one reason why I really like Fortnite, is because they don't have a supply drop system in the game. Yeah, they have microtransactions with V-Bucks, right? But by buying V-Bucks, you can guarantee yourself what you're gonna get through like the item shop or like the battle pass, right? If you're someone who grinds out Fortnite and has the battle pass, you know what items you're gonna get later in the future once you level up and stuff like that. And so that's why I like Fortnite. And I think that's why a lot of other people like Fortnite, is because all the items that you buy with V-Bucks are cosmetic only. And this is the last reason to why I think Fortnite is really popular. The last reason why I think Fortnite is really popular, at least in my opinion, and this kind of changes the whole gaming universe in general, is cross-platform. Like, I am super impressed. I never saw this coming. So cross-platform, what do I mean by this? So if I'm playing on my Xbox One, right? I'm playing on my Xbox One X, playing Fortnite, I can play with a friend of mine who plays Fortnite on the PC, which is awesome, you know? I get to play with people on the PC, which is so cool. The only way, of course, doing this is if you're like in the main menu with your friend who is on PC. You can't just like go into like a PC server or anything like that. Maybe later in the future we can. But I can also play with people who play on mobile, which I really hope I can go up against enemies who play on mobile, because let me tell you, mobile players are probably not going to be as good as like a console player or especially a PC player. But that's what's so cool. I can play with a PC player and a mobile player, which is just absolutely awesome. Of course, PlayStation, they're being a little bit stubborn over there at Sony, and they won't allow crossplay between the Xbox and the PlayStation 4, which really sucks in my personal opinion. But you can do crossplay on PlayStation 4. Like, let's say if you're playing on the PlayStation 4, you can also play with someone on the mobile device, or you can play with someone on the PC, which is pretty dang awesome. But too bad that you can't cross-platform with Xbox and PlayStation. That's been a huge dream of like console gamers, is for PlayStation and Xbox players able to play with each other. But nope, that still has not happened yet. And of course, PlayStation is being stubborn about that. And a lot of you might think that, well, maybe cross-platform isn't easy to do. It's actually not that hard, if I'm being completely honest with you. So I found out recently from IGN that I guess the whole cross-platform thing with Fortnite, they accidentally turned it on. Like, it's literally just a flip of the switch. Like, I think they literally said that themselves, that cross-play is just a literal like flip of the switch, like a light switch or something like that, and then cross-play is on. And I think Fortnite, they accidentally do that. Epic Games accidentally did that for Fortnite, and then I think they're just like, you know what, we'll just leave it on, you know, like we'll just leave cross-platform on. And sure enough, they did, and it makes a lot of people happy. And I think crossplay is like the future of gaming. I'm like not even kidding you guys. Like, I'm not talking about virtual reality. I don't know if it'll be the future of gaming or not, but crossplay, you guys, is what's going to bring people together, you know? It's what's going to bring people together. And I think every single developer, every single like console developer and designer and all that kind of stuff should activate crossplay for every single game out there. I mean, I just think that's like the #1 priority. I mean, what's gonna bring people together. Of course, it's gonna like change the way people buy consoles. You know, like they might have a favorite over the other, but I don't know. I can't really say anything about that part, about like how the sales are gonna do for different consoles or anything like that. But nonetheless, you guys, Fortnite. Those are the reasons why I think Fortnite is popular, and it deserves to be popular. All these reasons are good reasons to why Fortnite deserves to be the most popular game right now. And you know, some people say that Fortnite is the COD killer, because remember back in the day where Titanfall was supposed to be the COD killer? Not even close. But Fortnite, is it possible that Fortnite is the COD killer? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm really curious what you guys have to think. Do I think that Fortnite is the COD killer? Potentially. Epic Games definitely is not making as much money off Fortnite than Call of Duty and Activision are, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if Fortnite's the COD killer or not. We'll just have to see how long Fortnite lasts. There is one thing I'm afraid though, and I really want to mention this in the video, is I'm afraid that Fortnite will get overrun by kids. And I know that sounds terrible in a way. I mean, if you play on console, you know that there's so many like elementary school kids that play Fortnite and stuff like that. But to be completely honest with you, the same thing happened with Minecraft. Not a lot of younger people played Minecraft back in the day. It used to be only for the PC, right, before it came out on like Xbox 360 and the PS4 and stuff like that. You know, that's what's kind of crazy about Minecraft. It didn't used to be a bunch of younger people playing Minecraft back in the day. It used to be a lot older people, but now Minecraft is like officially basically a little kids game, I guess you could say. And then of course Fortnite, we have a lot of older people who started playing Fortnite. Of course, younger generation starting to play it as well. Will this game get overrun by the younger generation? I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you think Fortnite is the most popular game right now? Do you think it deserves to be this popular? Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more videos later in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.